Hi, so today's video is going to be an outline of physical wellness. And there's several ideas that are incorporated with physical wellness. And so I just wanted to start by maybe putting a little bit of structure to the way that I'm going to go through the dimension of wellness in the physical realm. So these are going to be three videos. The first one, I'm going to talk about some concepts and some ideas. The second one, we're going to talk about energy, energy in and energy out. And then the third one, I'm going to discuss stress and sleep. All of these things are components of the physical wellness. So let's start. So when we start talking about wellness, typically people start thinking about, instantly they think about physical, right? Wow, I need to get more exercise and probably eat some vegetables, right? But physical health and wellness is a little bit more of the idea of how do you feel in your skin? Like, really, what makes you feel super good? Do you feel good? Do you wake up in the morning? Do you have the energy? Do you have that vigor and the vim that makes you go, yes, here's the day, here I am? Or is it kind of that slow slime mold crawl towards the coffee maker and trying to get yourself caffeinated a little bit so you can open your eyelids? Yeah. So it really is. It really incorporates feeling good in your skin. Different components, like I mentioned. There's stress and sleep. How do you cope with your stress? Are you able to cope with your stress? Do you get enough sleep? Do you fall asleep right away? Do you stay asleep? Do you get sufficient depth of sleep? And then there's some ideas of do you have enough water? What is the quality of the fuel that you put in your body? So these are all ideas that we're gonna talk about. When we go to the doctor, they give us this rice cake and 5K plan, and sometimes it's useful, and sometimes you go, I'd rather die. I don't think so. So Abraham Maslow really put this into perspective in his pyramid, the hierarchy of needs pyramid. And the physiological ones are on the bottom, and these are the ones that are sleep and security, meaning safety, not stress, food, water. And so all of those are on the bottom. The reason that he put those on the bottom is because we build our transcendence on just the basic body needs, right? So physical wellness is a very important component of that spider web reality, right? So I want to talk a little bit about maybe some ideas. We're going to take away the shame and the blame and the guilt of, yeah, I didn't go to the gym. I had to spend time with my kids. Or I know I was going to make this really great meal and I just got pizza instead. So we're going to talk a little bit about taking those ideas away. Matt Reddy is a naturopath here in Centennial, and he talked about the idea of food not having a moral value. And really, the habits don't have a moral value either. So it's not good food or bad food. It's a matter of, is this efficient fuel or is it not efficient fuel? Does this lead to you sleeping well and sleeping through the night? Or is this going to wake you up about 2 o'clock in the morning just so that you can get back to sleep an hour before you have to wake up, right? So do you get the energy from your food that you need? So let's just consider a few of the habits that you might have um, in regards to your fuel efficiency. Are you running on coffee fumes and the little bits of whatever your kids left on their plate before you shoved them off to school? What is it that is really fueling you? Are you fueled by a consistent set of nutrient dense foods? Or are you more likely to grab an energy drink and a granola bar for breakfast, if you eat breakfast at all? And again, this is not any kind of a good or a bad moral judgment. It has no reflection on your character, but it does reflect on how you feel in your skin. Does your skin glow? Does your liver hurt? Can you feel your kidneys? I was really alarmed when I started feeling my kidneys in the morning. I thought, oh, there's my kidneys. I need some water. And I really had to make a concerted effort because I didn't want to feel my kidneys in the morning. It's not good when you're feeling these little check engine lights that come on, right? So food as fuel, not as a moral value. You would never judge yourself for what you put into your car, but you would also not put water in your car when it needs gas, right? So these are along the same lines. In considering your habit, one of the mechanisms in the body that I want to talk about very briefly is the idea of homeostasis. And homeostasis is this process by which the body keeps us in a nice, even keel balance, right? So if we get cold, we start to shiver. That was the body saying, "Oh yeah, I'll warm you up." If we get too hot, the body will say, "Oh yeah, let's check this one out," and we start sweating. And so the body is very amazing at keeping us at that nice, even keel. When we're starting to feel symptoms or when we're starting to not feel good, that's the very first indication that we're not having this homeostatic balance. That is nice and even. Our body's really having to fight to help us. So, for example, jump out of bed, we're late, we hop in the car, we got to go to work, right? We skipped breakfast, it's 2 o'clock, but our body has still maintained that, right? We can do that when we're young, but about our 40s, we start going, I don't want to feel like this, right? So we jump in our car and we're running all day long. Well, in the meantime, the body has said, hey, don't worry about it. You know, I know you're a little stressed out. I'll give you some glucose, right? Or I know you're extra stressed out. I'll give you some glucocorticoids, or I'll talk the liver out of some of its energy stores. And then eventually our adrenal glands get depleted because we've been running on adrenaline and glucose stores, and we start feeling yucky. You know, we get these headaches or insomnia or all of these other little things that happen because our bodies are going, we don't feel good by the way you're treating us. As opposed to if we wake up in the morning and we have some kind of a nutrient dense breakfast to get us going. You know, we've got this timeline of homeostasis in our body. You know, when we don't eat anything, our blood sugar is very low. So our body says, that's okay, I'll send you some adrenaline, right? And so we start going up. And then when we get to the top, the body goes, nope, that's too much. And we still haven't eaten anything to bring that down. And so we go, oh, okay, we'll go back down. And we just keep going this volley back and forth. And our body's like, okay, I'll help you here, but you're kind of bipolar with your habits, right? So in assessing your habits, do you get nutrient dense foods? Do you know what those foods are? Are they whole foods? And we're going to talk about food more specifically in the next one. And do you eat it often? Do you eat too much? Do you eat too little? Are you efficiently fueling your body, right? So that's a question that we ask. Do you feel good in your skin? Are you efficiently fueling your body? Um, I read an article, and I don't even know how I got on this article, but it was in a health and beauty online magazine. And it was talking about French women and the way that they take care of themselves. They pamper themselves, they do not let themselves go at all. They make sure that they get sufficient exercise, sunlight, they eat well, they have all of these creams to take care of their skin, and it's a matter of pampering themselves. And so, when I'm asking you about your physical wellness, assess a little bit. Do you pamper yourself, or is this just kind of this American duty? Well, it's dry skin season. I'm going to get some lotion on before I go to work in a hurry, right? Do you have some time to really nurture yourself? It takes intention, it takes a little bit of effort and a little bit of energy, but with some creativity, you could feel good in your skin. So, as we go through the rest of these videos on physical wellness, kind of check yourself a little bit. Is your body feeling good by the habits that you put into it? You know, are your efforts paying off by how vibrantly you greet a new day? Or do you just want to kind of crawl over under a rock and die sometimes? Yeah, it's a struggle. So, okay, we covered homeostasis, no moral value. Oh, yeah. Um, Throughout these videos, I might make some ideas and some recommendations. Please don't put it in the 5K and rice cakes category of I have to do this, I should do this, I must do this. Remember to keep this nice and easy and light on your heart, light in your spirit, and light in your body of, hey, this is going to do well by me. And this is where I want to start growing my wellness reality.